What's up, y'all? How's it going? Happy Friday, Junior. Sheesh. We're gonna be talking about Prizepicks today. Some NBA Prizepicks spots that I like today. If you caught the video yesterday, we actually did really well. Here's a little recap. Pow, pow. Of course, I was fucking with YouTube so much yesterday, I barely got any time to put any slips in, but the one slip that I did put in hit. So, that's always good. We said we needed a little Christmas money, and we got a little Christmas money. So let's keep it rolling, you know? Let's keep it rolling. Throw a couple slips in tonight. There are some props that I'm liking so far. We're starting to get some fantasy prop scores, which I love the fantasy prop scores. And just kind of run over some of the nice spots for today. Got a pretty good slate today for a Thursday. So let's get into it. Let's talk props, baby. So first game of the night, we got Cavs Celtics, which this just happened a couple days ago. Gives us a little bit of an idea of how this might go down, but obviously, you know, playing 2 times in a row, they're gonna change their game plans up a little bit, but there are some props that are interesting from that game. One of the most juiced props from the game is Darius Garland for under rebounds and assists. We're looking at a minus 145 for the under on that one, which he just missed it by 1 for the last game. It's a rough one. I don't know if I'm running that prop today. It just seems a little iffy. But also, Garland's been killing it on the over fantasy score. I mean, he's over, let's check real quick. He's over in the last 5 of 5. The last 5 of 5 games, he is over his fantasy score line, which is sitting at 36 right now. He got a 39 the other day against Boston. Once again, very tight, kind of a tight prop. I don't really know if I'm touching that prop so much because I don't love it one way or the other. But if you feel confident in Garland, and you want to take the juice, I'd go under on the rebounds, assists. But if you just like Darius Garland, maybe go over on his fantasy score. Because 36, he's been killing it. He's been killing that line last 5 games. So I will say one of the more consistent guys on the team recently has been Derek White. You can't deny the fact that bald Derek White has been on a tear. He's gone over fantasy score in his last 5 of 5. Will this be the game that he blows it for us? Maybe. It definitely seems like he's due for a cool-off game, but going over on that 31 fantasy score, I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm probably going to be taking that prop tonight. Until they raise it up to 34, 35, I feel comfortable at 31 with Derek White. He grabs rebounds, he gets assists, and he's been scoring a lot more recently than in the past, so I don't hate that prop. And when Porzingis came back, I was a little scared to throw him on my slips, but it doesn't really matter if he's on or off the court. The man's been producing, so I do like Derek White over 31. He's juiced a little bit on the over for his PRA, minus 120. I feel like DraftKings kind of feels like I do. Like, I don't know, man. Throw him on your slip if you want, but we're not really sure what we're getting out of Derek White. The Timberwolves and the Mavs play tonight. One prop that I definitely like from that game, and the sports books agree with me on this one, is going to be Doncic over 9.5 assists. It's a minus 135 for him to go over right now, and we all know Doncic is a triple-double machine. He loves getting those double digits assists and rebounds, so over 9.5 seems like a good spot there. I will probably be taking that tonight. He's just one of those guys, you know, he's kind of like Embiid. You feel good betting on him just because he's always going to be getting numbers. You just kind of hope that it's assists for tonight, but if you want to take him over fantasy score, I don't think that's a terrible play either. Another prop that I like, another stud prop that I like is going to be the over rebounds for Jokic. It was at 12.5 when I started recording this video. It's at 13 now, which does make it a little bit less appealing. But for him to go over 12.5, it was a -140 on DraftKings, which is always nice when you agree with DraftKings or DraftKings agrees with you. His last 3 against the Nets, he had 17 rebounds, 20 rebounds, and 12 rebounds. So 2 out of 3 in the last 3. We all know Jokic has just been going crazy on stats this season. So it doesn't seem like a reach to even go over 13, but you do kind of run the risk a little bit of him getting 12. Another game that I like tonight is the Thunder versus the Sacramento Kings. It's got the highest implied total on the slate, and they just played, I think, about a month ago, so we do kind of have a recent record of how this game went down. Shea went off in the last game, as he does. His fantasy line is at 54.5 right now, and I think the over on that is looking pretty good because he has 5 steals in his last 3 games. 5 steals. So you know you're getting those 15 extra points on top of whatever he drops, which is typically 30 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. So it always helps when you have that. He's not a big turnover guy. So I do like that over 54.5 for Shea. You know, he's just been balling this year. High-paced, fast-paced game. High implied total. I think that's a good spot for Shea. Also, Sabonis. Thunder love giving up rebounds. They need a center right now. It's obvious because centers and power forwards are feasting against OKC because they just don't have that rim protector right now. Sabonis over fantasy. His over on PRA right now is juiced at -130. He's, I want to say 47 on a fantasy score, which seems pretty fair. If you want to go over on rebounds or rebounds and assists, I think rebounds and assists is a good spot today because his line is at 13 rebounds, 14 maybe, let me see. His line's at 14 rebounds. His rebounds and assists, he got bumped 0.5, but it's at 22. So, I mean, they're expecting him to get 14 rebounds. Let's say he gets 15, 16 rebounds. All you need is 6 assists from the guy to hit the over rebounds and assists, which he is pretty notorious for dropping double-digit assists in the past. You know, he's not unfamiliar with the triple-double stat line. So I think over rebounds and assists is good there. You could just take the over rebounds, but 14 is pretty high. It is pretty high, you know. 15 rebounds they're expecting from this guy. It's pretty crazy, but OKC does definitely struggle giving up rebounds. That's my team, so I'm used to watching that go down. Kind of honorable mention in this game. I don't know if I'm playing it, but both Jalen Williams and Josh Giddey's fantasy scores seem a little low. It's just kind of gonna be more of who gets the action, you know. There's a lot of those sort of middle guys on OKC. You got Dort, you got Giddey, you got J-Dub, you know, and all of those guys can kind of go off on any night. But I do kind of like Giddey over 24.5. The game's in Sacramento, so you know he's going to be getting the booze, which has to affect you a little bit mentally. But 24.5 is a pretty low line for Giddey. We know he's not afraid to go low though, so we need to watch out on that one. But J-Dub over 29 fantasy score. He's been balling, man. He's been going off. You know, you hear a lot about OKC's big 3 after the Golden State game the other day. That's got to be giving him a little bit of a morale boost. And he's a good player, man. I could definitely see him just getting better and better throughout the season. And I think over 29 is not a bad spot there. I don't know if I'm playing it, but I did want to at least touch on it. The late game is Clippers Golden State, and there is not a lot that I'm loving from that game, but two props that I like and the sports books like is going to be Curry over rebounds and assists. He put up 15 rebounds and assists both times that he played the Clippers this season, and his line's at 10. Kawhi Leonard's line is also at 10, which I don't like as much, but the books have it juiced even higher than Curry at a minus 145. So the books like that one. I might be tossing that one on a slip, but that's about all I like from the late games, honestly. Well, that's about all that I'm liking so far. We're still getting props as the day goes on. If anything pops up while I'm editing, I'll throw it in at the end of this video. If anything changes, I'll try to throw it in the description of this video later in the day. If you guys have any props that you like, throw them in the comments. And as always, like and subscribe if you like the content, if you want more Prizepicks content. I had a good day yesterday, so let's run it back again today. Let's try to get us another W and get us some of that sweet, sweet Christmas money. We got a little Thursday night game tonight. Go Raiders. I don't have any props for that right now. I typically suck at gambling on the NFL. But yeah, if you guys like the content, like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for Flex Friday. Thank you. Bye-bye.